to their nonsense. They're looking for an inconsistency. Yeah, there is no inconsistency, though. So let's take a look at what the Legal Eagle had to say about this verdict.
We have a verdict in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case.
Now, I'll just say this much straight up. As a content creator on the internet, my analysis on the situation is going to revolve around the negative feedback and the backlash that you receive. Even if you go against the grain being that like Johnny Depp is a infallible, perfect human being who was abused by the tyrant and abusive psycho Amber Heard, obviously. Like, if you don't say that, people will come up your ass and destroy you, okay? So while I do think that the Legal Eagle, given what he had said in the past about this case, and given what he liked on Twitter, and given what his opinion is, as a person with like a little bit of fucking legal knowledge, you know, a lot more than the average person, might not actually show his true perspective in this circumstance. He will probably take the most centrist position he can. I'm just going to say it. Maybe it's not the case, but we can take a look at it.
And like
quickly.
everything in the trial itself.
But part of it is literally because, you know, people are unreasonable and psychotic about this case on the internet. And they are also betraying the you know, seriousness of the case by behaving in the way that they are behaving.
It's controversial. The jury ruled in favor of Johnny Depp in his libel suit against Amber Heard. Depp sued his former wife for writing about being a domestic abuse victim because he said he never abused her. The jury awarded Depp $15 million in damages, $10 million in compensatory damages, and $5 million in punitive damages. The jury also ruled in favor of Amber Heard on one of her counterclaims against Depp. She alleged that Depp directed a smear campaign against her, having his ex-lawyer saying she fabricated the evidence of her abuse. The jury awarded her $2 million in compensatory damages and nothing in punitives. So at the end of the day, they both win. Hooray! No, but seriously, how can they both have defamed each other? Let's dig into this verdict. Now, first of all, and I hate that I have to say this, no one is going to jail. This is a civil case, and no one is guilty. People are liable in a civil case. They are not guilty or not guilty, despite what some putative law professor has said. This is a civil trial. There's no guilt.
Wait, what?
Despite
very odd development, the judge sent back the jury to fill out the form of damages. It is not clear why that would be the case unless they found defamation. Otherwise, it seems odd to force a jury to state damages without finding of guilt.
What some putative law professor has said.
Depp was only found guilty for the statement of his agent. The jury also received any punitive award for that agent with the reduction. Depp can walk away with $10,300,000. Again, the court can consider a reduction of the award.
Civil trial. There's no guilt involved. Now, in fairness, about half the states do have a criminal defamation statute, including Virginia, but this is not one of those cases. It's just two people suing each other. The state is not involved. But as you probably know, here we have two public figures suing each other for defamation, and when you have celebrities, you generally have a higher standard of proof to make your claim. The law makes it difficult for public people to win a defamation suit, even if a published story contains inaccuracies. In order for a public figure to win, the jury has to find that the defendant made statements about them with actual malice. Actual malice means knowledge of the falsity, or at a minimum, a reckless disregard for the truth of the statement. It has nothing to do with animosity. Now, as you probably know, Amber Heard wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post that contained these sentences. Quote, "Then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. And, quote, I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse." Now, Johnny Depp challenged these sentences and also the headline written by the Washington Post itself. Quote, "Amber Heard, I spoke up about sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change." Depp sued Heard, alleging these sentences were defamatory. And during closing arguments, Heard's lawyer told the jury that if they believe Depp abused her even one time, that he cannot prove defamation.
If Amber was abused by Mr. Depp even one time, then she wins.
Now, during deliberations, the jury had to evaluate the evidence that they heard over the
Like, if that's the case, then, like, you know, this is a false fucking, this is a 5 male, 2 female jury that was not sequestered. One of the fucking jurors quite literally said that his wife texted him, stating what, like that Amber Heard was a psycho. He mentioned that and was still allowed to stay on the jury, and that is the reason why. The deliberation went the way it did, right? The verdict in and of itself, considering that there was mutual abuse from my point of view, okay, and not just my point of view, but my point of view that is backed by the marriage counselor that was one of the most reliable fucking expert witnesses that offered expert testimony, plus also their professional analysis on the situation, implies that Johnny Depp also fucking hit Amber Heard. His own words imply that he hit Amber Heard, which is why it was part of the reason why this was a shocking fucking verdict. Do I think that Johnny Depp was still the primary victim of abuse in this circumstance? Yes, I do. That's why I always said 30-70, 30-70, 30% Johnny Depp, 70% Amber Heard. Now, implication does not equal proof. Dog, it's not the implication. It is quite literally Johnny Depp's own words of him being a monster and admitting it and apologizing for it. If you can recognize that Amber Heard admitted on a phone conversation to Johnny Depp that he hit him, but like didn't hit him that hard and he was a pussy, then you should be able to understand the exact same fucking thing. Okay? You should be able to understand the exact same thing on the other side, unless there's some other motivating reasons. You're just scared to say it's 50-50? No, because I don't think it's 50-50. Because the reason why I don't think it's 50-50 is because there was only one party that according to, again, their marriage counselor, according to their couples counselor who testified on the fucking stand, was trying to routinely keep the arguments going and would escalate to a form of physical violence. Did not shy away from that escalation. Okay? He never said he hit her, though. Saying he was a monster doesn't mean equals I hit her. No, the people that were there were apologizing for his behavior. Come on, guys. You're huffing on fucking copium. Like, you're literally huffing on fucking copium, okay? If you think that Johnny Depp didn't hit Amber Heard, didn't kick Amber Heard on the fucking private jet. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. I don't even care about Johnny Depp being like, let's burn this fucking cunt or whatever the fuck in text messages. Like, he's obviously at that point really fucking pissed off, and this is like past the relationship ending. This is like in a situation where he's like, fuck this person, she ruined my fucking life. That's what he's texting to his friends. I'm not even talking about that shit, okay? I am basically talking about him. Why would Amber take pics from 2013? Did she make this plan in 2013? Just shot. Yeah, like there are instances where like Amber Heard did actually fucking get there is truth to what Amber Heard was saying, okay? But also there was also a lot of lies that Amber Heard told on the stand, okay? Conflicting testimony with respect to like actual expert witness, or not expert witnesses, but like people even on Amber Heard's side. Given the severity of the abuse that she was accusing Johnny Depp of committing, and also the conflicting evidence that came out from like the people that were involved, not the people that were directly involved, but people that like saw Amber Heard, including the fucking medical professional that's her fucking friend. It's really hard to come to that point that it's really hard to believe what she's saying, that like she actually was fucking brutalized so severely that her nose broke and that, you know, she had 2 black eyes and shit like that. Okay? So that, paired up with how bad her fucking legal team was, paired up with how much people love Johnny Depp, created this situation where like she lost a fucking 100% almost impossible to lose defamation case. Okay? I have repeated this so many times. It's so crazy.
6-week trial and apply the jury instructions given to them by the judge. With Depp's defamation claims, they were looking at instruction C, which you can see here. So the jury had to decide whether Heard made or republished any of these statements. These were false statements, whether they harmed his reputation, and whether Amber Heard acted with actual malice. They answered yes. Yes, she said or republished these words. Yes, they were false, and yes, they hurt his reputation. The jury likely decided everything that Amber Heard said about abuse was false and that she did it with reckless disregard for the truth. And as a result, Johnny Depp sustained about $15 million in damages, $10 million in compensatory damages, which is meant to compensate him for the damage that he actually suffered, as well as $5 million in punitives, that is to punish Amber Heard for her statements. Now the judge cut the punitives down to $350,000, bringing the total to $10.35 million. Now those are obviously large numbers, but it kind of makes sense in the context of Johnny Depp. He is a famous movie star, and he alleges, probably truthfully, that these allegations have really hurt his career and hurt his ability to make millions and millions of dollars. So it's entirely possible that he lost $10 million as a result of the statements that Amber Heard made against him. And given the general nature of Heard's statements, the fact that the jury found in Depp's favor probably means that the jury likely didn't believe any of Heard's substantive claims of abuse. Now, some have argued that Heard got a raw deal because her column did not mention Depp by name. But Depp successfully argued that it was an example of what's called defamation by implication because,
by the way, that is also fucking bullshit. Like, bro, come on. You were talking about Johnny Depp. Obviously, you were talking about fucking Johnny Depp, dude. Like, that's crazy. Like, you're not making a broader point about, like, sexual